Hey folks, this is Damien from Southpaw Designs, and today we're going to take a quick look at a simple project that I didn't plan on turning into a video. And the reason I didn't plan on it is because it's so simple, it's easy to do, anybody can do it. But once I started creating a few of them, really just for fun, posting them out there on Facebook, and I gave a couple away, I immediately started getting orders, and that's the key right there. You know, people want to buy it, and they want to buy a lot of them. They're not buying just one or two, they're buying 20, 25, 50, and that's these simple coasters. Now, I've done coaster videos before, but this one's a little bit different. It's a very simple design. However, the back side of it has a built-in bottle opener. Okay. Now, again, not cutting edge by any means, but I am going to show you how to use VCarve Pro to create a two-sided project. You'll notice right here that this is the top, but if I flip it over, there's the back side. Ignore that. That's just some leftover. But this is the back side, and so we're going to explore how to actually do a front and back side project. Okay, so let's get started here. The first thing that we need to do is set our job type to double-sided. And the size of the material, that's going to vary based on what you need. I'm making mine about 0.85 inches thick. I like making these coasters a little bit thicker. It's just more of a kind of a showpiece, and you know, you want bottle openers to be a little bit thick and solid. So I'm making these coasters a little thicker. But again, make sure we have double-sided selected. Let's go ahead and select OK. Now I've already got one on here just as a reference. We're going to draw a circle, and I'm going to set the diameter to 4 inches. Now that'll vary based on you. We're also going to add another one, and if you happen to use the type of bottle opener that I've linked down in the description, you'll need for the bottle opener pocket to be 1.6 inches. And I do that with that same circle tool open, because then the X and Y is the same, and I know that this is going to drop it right there in the dead center. And we also need to have one at about 1.4 inch diameter that will look like this. Now, the reason being is because if we look at our finished one, this smaller pocket right here is going to be the cutout for the bottle opener itself. This is going to be a pocket that goes a little bit deeper, about 1/4 of an inch deeper, because you need to be able to put the bottle slightly under the lip of that bottle opener. So we need to cut a little bit deeper there. And right here is where our screws are going to go, roughly right about there and there. So we need to keep that wood a little bit closer to the surface. But you do want to make sure that you cut a pocket so that the bottle opener will sit recessed into your coaster. Otherwise, as soon as you set it down, it'll wobble, and we don't want that. The next step is to create a horizontal line that goes across here, and then another one that goes across down here. Now, I measured it, and with the particular bottle opener that I'm using, it needs to be about 0.85 inches. So I'm just going to kind of eyeball it, and then I can adjust it if need be. I'm going to make it longer than it needs to be. And then I'm going to zoom in, use my measure tool, and this measures to 0.88 inches. And I said about 0.85, but that's fine. So I'm good to go there. I'm going to use my cut tool and get rid of these extra pieces there, and I'm going to delete these. Okay, now this is not a complicated project, as I said, but this is a good exercise in learning how to use a two-sided project, or how to create a two-sided project. All right, so we have set everything up that we need. All that we want to do now is take this particular circle and move it to the other side. So I'm going to right-click and just simply move to the other side, and you'll notice that it did exactly that, and that's really all there is to it. So we will now move over into the second step, which that second step is setting up our toolpaths. And you can do yours how you want to. I'm going to show you how I did mine. All right, so actually I've already got a pocket on there because I deleted this. So I'll just go back in and edit that pocket and select both of these. Now let's take a look at what this one's going to be. This is going to be 1/4 of an inch deep, And I'm going to use my 1/4 inch end mill, and I'm just going to make 2 passes, which should be fine. Click OK. And then for my other pocket, let me edit that one. Now you'll see I've already got these done. So what you're looking at is you're looking at some partially finished ones. So I'm just going back and showing you what the settings were. So I need to select this circle here as well. And this is also using the 1/4 inch. It only goes 0.07 inches, so it's slightly over 1/16 of an inch, which is roughly the thickness of these bottle openers. And it just needs to have 1 pass. So you can actually cut out this entire portion in about 2 minutes. It takes no time to do. All right, we close that, go back to our 2D view, flip it over, and right here is where I have my circle. Now you'll notice I actually have 2 profiles right here. Profile 1, if we edit, again, I already had them done, I'm just resetting them with my new design, is going to use a 60-degree V-bit. Now actually I have this handy dandy roundover bit that I found, and I really love this. This is a good way to do a roundover using your CNC. But it's the same size as a V-bit, so I just grabbed a V-bit tool and it works just fine. I am using 3 passes because it's got this fine tip to it. I don't want it to be, I don't want to be overly aggressive with it. All right, calculate that. That's going to be the first one that I do. And then the second one, let me go back to the 2D. The second one is going to be my cutout. And that's the last thing that I want to do, because when you cut it out, you want to make sure that that's the last step, because that reduces the amount of material that's being held onto your main piece, and it can, you know, snap away. So it's just more stable to do your cutout last. So let me select that and calculate to add tabs. Oh, I've got to, I didn't add tabs. You'll definitely want to add tabs to that, but no big deal. So now let's go ahead and preview all sides. And there we go. Now that was some leftover from my previous one, which I can get rid of. And if we take a look right here, you'll see that there is going to be that 60-degree bevel, but I'm just going to use that V-bit. I'm just going to use that roundover bit, and it'll give us the same result. This entire project takes just about 10 minutes, maybe 10 minutes to cut out, so you can batch these out very quickly. Now I'm going to take it over to the laser engraver. I am using the UK logo. I'm a UK fan. I'm a UK graduate, but I'm not officially licensed by UK, so this is purely for my own personal use, and this is not for sale. So keep that in mind when you're doing any kind of custom work. You want to be very careful of copyright issues. The laser engraver that I'm using is the Ofero Laser 2, and it is a great laser. If you're interested in adding customization to your projects, this is a handy tool to have. I'll place a link down in the description in case you're interested and you want to check it out. And there you go. So with that, I would appreciate a subscribe, a like, a comment if you feel that I've earned it, because remember that those interactions are the way that YouTube actually determines whether or not this is a valuable video and whether or not they're going to continue to push it out there. So let me know what questions that you have and what you'd like to see next, and you have a great day. Let's get out there and make stuff.